Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about FIFA 18. Obviously it's E3 weekend has just finished, and over the course of the weekend we got a glimpse into a little bit, not a lot, just a tiny bit of FIFA 18. So I thought today, why don't we talk about FIFA 18 a little bit more on the Ultimate Team kind of things, but just overall FIFA and Celtic. Hopefully this is a year where Celtic might get actually recognised as a real football club. We'll see our stadium in the game and such. Not got my hopes up too much, but hopefully we do see some improvements and maybe a little bit more attention put into our league, but we'll soon see. I'm not too bothered at the end of the day. But today we're going to talk about the ratings for the Celtic players in FIFA 18. Obviously the 2016-17 campaign was very successful for Celtic. The invincible season, the treble, we didn't lose once domestically, and we had a couple of strong showings against, Manchester City, Borussia Mönchengladbach in Germany in the Champions League. So a year where Celtic really did improve, which means, a lot of players might be seeing a vast upgrade to the scores, their ratings in FIFA, their Ultimate Team cards, if you like. I think a lot of players will be going up in overall. So today I'm going to talk about my predictions for the FIFA 18 Celtic players and what overalls I think they'll be. Now, this has been realistic, and I'm not going to say, Scott Sinclair 85 rated, Lee Griffiths 80 rated, Mr. Dembele 87 rated. No, it's not like that. I'm going to try and be as realistic as possible, but you've also got to take into mind, if you're a non-Celtic fan here, and if you're, say, a Rangers fan, and you're going to slate me for upgrading someone, it is very difficult to actually downgrade players this year for Celtic, because every player had a great season. Most players had a great season, and overall the team just improved so well that it was really hard to look at who will actually be downgraded in FIFA 18. So in this video I'm going to look at the potential upgrades, who I think might jump from silver to gold, etc, etc. So I hope you all enjoy. If you do enjoy, you know what to do, hit like and subscribe. Let me know if you enjoy these kind of videos, and it's only about 11 or 12 players. I'm only going to go through the frequent starters for Celtic, so if you're wondering why the likes of maybe Eric Sviatchenko, for example, I missed him out. He does get games, but more recently it's been Boyata and Simonovic. So if you're wondering why players are missing, I just went with the players who start the most often. But without any further ado, let's jump into the first position, which is starting at the back with the goalkeeper. So as I said, the first player would be the goalkeeper, so we're starting off with the Celtic keeper, Craig Gordon, who, being realistic, I don't think will get an upgrade from EA. I don't think he'll go up any. He had a very good season, of course, but I think a lot of people didn't think he was even the best keeper in the league, so I don't see him actually getting an upgrade from EA. In the team of the season, for example, Joe Lewis was the keeper in the SPFL team of the season. So I don't think Craig Gordon's actually going to get an upgrade. I do see him getting some stat upgrades, maybe for his diving and reflexes, as he is a fantastic shot stopper. But the reason I don't think he'll get an upgrade is for taking away those shot stopper attributes. He didn't have a sparkling season, let's be honest. He was, very capable of making blunders, and we've seen that in the England game last week for Scotland. He was very, very capable of just, losing concentration and making mistakes. And when he's on the ball, it's not the most, reassuring thing in the world. So I don't think he'll go up. I think he'll lose some stats in his kicking attribute, as you can see here. See these stats that I've put on the players, they don't really mean much. The thing that really matters is the main attribute itself, the main overall rating. But I think that is what will happen with Craig Gordon. I think he'll stay the same. I don't see him going down, don't see him going up. I think he could deserve maybe a +1 or whatever, but being realistic, I think he's going to remain 73 in FIFA 18. On to the next player, who is Mikael Lustig, the right back for Celtic. Obviously had a very good season at right back, very strong season. I think it does deserve and merit him moving up to a gold card, in all honesty. I think he will be moved up by 2, maybe up to a gold rare card, maybe a non-rare card, who knows. But he had a very strong season. He's not the fastest in the world, which is why I don't think he'll get any pace upgrades. But he really did show this season how important he is to Celtic, and the passion he brings and the importance he brings to the team is really good, and it really does mean a lot to Celtic's playing. I think, especially last season, a key part of the defence. You can see here I've put his dribbling stat up, I've put his defending stat, I've put his physical stat up. He scored a few good goals as well last season. He really did score a couple of good ones. The one coming to mind is a goal at Ibrox. So I think overall he had a real strong season, because he could get himself forward at points, and he was also, good. He could move into the centre half as well, showing he's still a good defensive player. So I think he had a strong season, and it will merit him getting moved up to a gold card, I hope. And I'm saying he's got up by 2 to 75. The first centre half we'll speak about is Dedryck Boyata. Obviously Boyata broke into the first team around January time, really impressing. I mean, going into the release of FIFA 17, he was an outcast at Celtic. He wasn't getting a game, he wasn't impressing in any way. And he was just kind of there to be a background character, and he was probably going to get sold on in the near future. Maybe it just, didn't have plans at all. But he really did break into the first team well in January, and I think he does deserve an upgrade. He's been very strong since coming back. He's still got that little mistake in him, I think, which is why I don't think he'll get moved up too greatly. He's still kind of weary at points, but I mean, overall, he did improve massively as a player. It doesn't really reflect what I've done here. I've given him a +2, but his physicality, his defending was great in the second half of the season for Celtic this year, and he was really important. He came in for Sviatchenko when he was, struggling with his fitness and such, and he done a really, really good job. I think he deserves an upgrade, one of the more deserving players to definitely get an upgrade, because you can never tell if they're going to upgrade players or not, especially with Celtic. So I think he really does merit one, and I've put him up to a 73 here. Really strong second half to the season, and obviously with the January upgrades in FIFA, he could go up even greater if he continues his great form and continues to be a constant starter on the first team. We've yet to see him in Champions League football, as he didn't really, I don't think he played at all in the Champions League last season, so he could be really impressive in that. Who knows, he might show that he's not quite there yet, but I think he will go up to a 73 rated. I think he'll go up at least one, but I've got him at 73. On to one of the bigger upgrades I've given, and it's Jozo Simunovic, who this season, in my opinion, was Celtic's best centre-half week in, week out. Fantastic. I still prefer Sviatchenko personally, because I just really like Eric Sviatchenko, but this season Jozo Simunovic really did show his class and really showed how important he is. He was on the edge of leaving the club. He was so close to leaving to go to Torino at the beginning of the season, and then that fell through and ended up staying at Celtic. And thank God he failed that medical at Torino, because he was class this season and vital to how well we were defensively, how well we were at the back. And I think it deserves a massive upgrade. By far and away was the best centre-half in the league, and I've got him going up by 7 here. I would honestly give him a gold 75 card, but I just don't see that happening, so I've put him up to 74. I think a lot of his stats have to be improved. He really showed how good defensively he is, and that was, that is seen in the people who are interested in him down south. Like Rafa Benitez was getting linked with a £9 million move for him, so it just shows how class he was this season for Celtic. He had a great season, and he really is becoming he is probably our best centre half at the minute, and this season we'll have a chance once again in Europe and further in the league to show how good he really is. I think it's only a matter of time before more English teams are coming in for him. I don't see him staying a great deal of time, and who knows, he might end up having a career like Virgil van Dijk after he leaves Celtic, but for his time at Celtic anyway, so far this last season he was great. Hoping that carries on. I think it merits a big upgrade for him. On to the biggest upgrade I've given, and yes, it is quite large, and you might be thinking as a non-Celtic fan, get yourself to fuck, but this boy, Kieran Tierney, surely deserves a gold card. That's why it's so great. He started FIFA 17 with a 65 rated card, which in my opinion was bad enough. He should have been at least 70 in my opinion, after that season he had a couple of years ago. But this season he has really proved what he can do, how good he is, and what a class player he's going to be in the future. Kieran Tierney, everybody's favourite Celtic player at this point. Most fans, if you ask them their favourite player, they're going to say Kieran Tierney, and he had a remarkable season. He's only 20 years old, and even for Scotland he showed how good he can be as well. And he's going to be one of the bigger players for Scotland in the near future. He's going to be Scotland's best player in only a matter of years, probably, our most important player. And he deserves a massive upgrade, and I think he at least deserves a gold card, which is why the upgrade I've given him is 10. You see his pace I've put up, I've put his shooting up a little, I've put his dribbling up, I've put his defending up, because he's so strong going forward, so strong coming back as well. He's overall just a great player for Celtic, and he is so important to us. And that plus 10 you might think is quite hefty, maybe a bit much, but after the season he deserves a gold card at the least, in my opinion. He deserves a 75 rating, and if you don't agree with me, then fair enough. I can see why, because 10 is quite a lot, but I've seen bigger upgrades in the past, and I just think he deserves a gold card. Needs to get the gold card. Kieran Tierney, 75 rated. Here's the only one. Here's the only downgrade. I feel like I had to throw in a downgrade, because it would be quite biased if they were all upgrades. This is the only downgrade I've got. Neil Baton, 72 to 70. I've made my feelings on his season perfectly clear on the channel before. I think it merits a downgrade, maybe not as severe. I don't know. What do you think? I think he should go down anyway. That's my opinion. The other central midfielders, first off, Scott Brown. He had obviously a superb season, one of his best seasons as a Celtic player in the 2016-17 campaign, captaining the side once again, and overall just had a very, very good club season, a very good season for his club. Fantastic, deserves an upgrade. +2, I've said. He maybe even made his performances last season even maybe made it a gold card. I can't speak anymore. But I've given it a +2 because I just don't see putting him up to a gold card. But +2 I still think is very good if he moves up to 74. Had a fantastic season. I put his physical up, his defending up. Obviously he was #1 in the Champions League for interceptions. Strong defensively this season. He was a rock for us, and that was really where he stood out, which is why I've given him, a downgrade to his pace and such, because it wasn't really that he was good at. It was more his defending and such. He was just class for Celtic. Deserves an upgrade. Scott Brown, everybody. I know I spelt his name. I know I spelt his name wrong. Don't need to point that out. I can see that on the screen right now. I'm sorry, Scott. On to one of Celtic's more entertaining players of the 2016-17 season. It's another centre mid, Stuart Armstrong. I feel like this is going to be one of the ones where most people, even Celtic fans, disagree with me on. I think a lot of people will be saying he deserves a gold card. I think he does deserve a gold card, but being realistic, I don't think he's going to get upgraded from silver to gold. So I think he's only going to get a +4 on his stats from 70 to 74. I've dramatically improved his shooting there, as you can see, by 10. Because that's what he was fantastic at last season. Scoring goals, just creating chances. Fantastic during last season, Stuart Armstrong. And honestly, in my opinion, is probably one of the most vital and probably in the top 3 of our most important and best players in the squad. He just offers so much for creating chances and such, and I don't think he really should be overlooked, but I think he will, and I don't think he will go up to a gold. But 74 is good enough. I'd like to see him get upgraded to a rare card as well, as you can see there. But Stuart Armstrong, after an impressive season, hopefully gets an impressive Ultimate Team card. Well, as impressive as it can get for Celtic, really. But I've put him from 70 to 74. On to our player of the season for 2016-17. To all the fans, to the team, everything, they would all agree, Scott Sinclair, magnificent season, and deserves a better card, I would say, after the performance he put in. And yeah, if you're English and watching this or whatever, you might disagree. You might say, look, he done it in Scotland, it doesn't really matter. But after a season like that, it cannot go ignored, and I think he does deserve quite a good upgrade. I've put him up +3 to 78 rated, which would probably, I think, leave him as the greatest, base card Celtic have ever had in Ultimate Team history, because I think our highest is like 76. So, as embarrassing as that is, it would be good to see Sinclair get put up to that. He had just an absolutely marvellous season for Celtic last year, scoring goals, assisting goals, creating chances, everything. He barely faults in his game last season, and it deserves an upgrade. I mean, maybe by 1, maybe by 2, who knows, but I've put it +3. That might be a bit too much, according to some of you maybe. But to me, I think he really does deserve that big step up. I wouldn't quite give him like an 80 or whatever, though. I'm not going to go that far. On to the final couple of players, starting with the striker, which is Lee Griffiths. We all know and love him. Obviously quite overshadowed by Moussa Dembele for the majority of the season, but as Dembele, struggled with injury and such towards the end, Griffiths got a lot more playing time. And he really did show in those games that he's still got it. He still can score goals for us and still be that important striker that he was in the 2015-16 season. He came in and scored goals, and he proved it the other day for Scotland as well with those 2 fantastic free kicks, as you can see by the 99 free kick accuracy stat. How good he honestly can be. He's still a great player. He's still got it in him. I think it deserves an upgrade of 1. Not a massive upgrade for him just for the fact he didn't start as much as Dembele, but he was still very prolific for us. He scored when he needed to. He scored important goals, and it shows that with his goal conversion rate. Had a good season. I think he deserves an upgrade. Finally then, that leaves Moussa Dembele, the man himself, my favourite Celtic player personally, which means I might have a slightly biased opinion towards this, but the class that he showed when he was fit last season, unbelievable. I think he merits a gold card. He had an inform as well, which took him up to 74, so he should be building on that inform that he had in FIFA 17. I've put him 76. Maybe in hindsight I should have put it to 75, and even at that I've got the number wrong here. I've got +6, it should be +5. I clearly can't count. It just shows that I'm going to be failing higher maths. But there we go. That's what I've got for Moussa Dembele. He had a very impressive season, scoring close to 40 goals. If he didn't get injured, he probably would have got 40 goals. And a strong showing in a few Champions League matches as well. Great player. He shows that he's got to be big for Celtic. He's one of our key players, and I think he offers a lot, and I think he should have a better rating in FIFA, which means I might be able to bring back my Ultimate Team series, which I've briefly done on him for FIFA 18, but I'm going to make no promises. But Moussa Dembele, I would like to see get a 76 rated card. Oh, Ian, Patrick Robertson. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, as I said at the start, hit like and subscribe. It means a lot. Keep up the support on the channel. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers, so let's hope that we can hit that in the next couple of weeks. But if you enjoyed it, let me know if you want to see more videos similar, whatever. It took quite a while to prepare, so any support is appreciated. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been me, Ryan118, and I'll see you all next time.